shift gears here, man. Let's move to big bets. We're going to try to give you our picks of the week, our lock of the week, and our dog lock of the week so that you can win some cash, right, Team Money? That's what we want to do for all of our fans out here. So let's go to our lock of the week. First, Team Money going to start it off with his lock pick.
All right, my lock pick of the week here. Bengals minus 3.5 versus the Patriots. Called it last week versus the Bucks, and I'm going to go with them again. I'm riding these Bengals this year.
Yes, you are.
These guys are 11-3 against the spread. The Bengals, everyone's betting darling this year. All right. All right. The Patriots are sputtering. The Bengals have the 5th best points per game in the league at 26.4. Patriots are more closer to the bottom half of the league. I like the Bengals with a solid run defense to go in there and keep these Patriots from scoring a lot of points. And the Bengals know that they're alive for the 1 seed here. So they're not just going to fold over. They still got to lock up the division as well. So I like the Bengals 3.5 points versus the Patriots here.
Okay. Good pick. You're backing up Cousin Randy's chug and chant issue there with Cincinnati. Nice ride on Cincinnati there. That's 1 o'clock Christmas Eve day. I'm also looking at the 1 o'clock Christmas Eve day slot going out to First Energy Stadium, Cleveland, Ohio, where the Browns are going to host the Saints. I'm going with the Browns here, man. They're favored by 3. They're coming off a big win. They beat the Ravens. That's a pretty big win there. Low scoring game, 13-3. And the over-under this week against New Orleans is the lowest of the week. The over-under is 31. Low scoring game, probably be really windy in Cleveland. We're expecting weather in Ohio, high winds and snow. So this is going to be a brutal game up there in Cleveland. It will be low scoring. And New Orleans does not play well on the road, Team Money. 0-5 straight up in their last 5 road games. The Browns are 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games. And they've covered the spread against the NFC South 8 of the last 9 times. So give me the Browns at home. Favored by 3 over the Saints on Christmas Eve. Lock pick of the week.
All right. Going to be an interesting one. Browns still kind of oddly in the mix here.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the dog lock pick of the week. And mine is the Giants plus 3.5 versus the Vikings. Okay. Another betting darling of the season. The New York Giants are 10-4 versus the spread this year. The Vikings losing record. 6-7-1 versus the spread. This game's always close with the Vikings, and with a good Giants defense, Kayvon Thibodeau looked like a man possessed this past week versus Washington. I like them to get some pressure on Kirk Cousins. The Giants still trying to make the playoffs here. So I like the Vikings having locked up the division to not be as motivated, knowing they can't get the 1 seed really because Philly's just too far out of reach. Coming off a huge comeback, that's an emotional, draining game. I think the Giants are going to sneak one out here versus the Vikings being able to run that ball with Saquon Barkley.
I like that. I like that pick, and I like Saquon to go wild here in this game, man.
Yeah.
Hey, good pick. Denver Broncos play the Rams at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. This game is on Christmas Day. At 4:30, you're probably sitting down for your Christmas ham, and you're going to look up, and you're going to see this guy behind me lead the Rams to victory. 2 teams that we might have predicted would have made the Super Bowl. Don't laugh, all you fans out there. You were all high on Denver before the season. Everybody high on the Rams. Everybody thought this would be a big game. No, they're both 4-10. 2 struggling teams in a game that probably is going to be very defensive. But the Broncos do not play well versus the Rams, Team Money, losing 4 of the last 5 matchups. I think the Rams get it done here with Baker and get the victory on Christmas Day. Rams +2 for my dog lock pick of the week.
All right. Well, let's move on to G-Man's player prop of the week. What you got for us, G?
Hey, we keep getting hot. We're hot on our player props, man.
Yeah.
I got a few picks for you here.
Okay.
One of them I do like is those Saquon rushing yards. Saquon on the rushing yards. It's still early in the week. I don't have exact props out yet, but look for Saquon to really rack it up there on the ground. I also like the KC offense in their game. Kansas City playing the Seahawks. And I like the Seahawks. I think it's the high-scoring game. It's projected high-scoring. I think it will be. I particularly like Kelsey. Yards and touchdowns for Kelsey. McKinnon. Look at total receiving and rushing yards for the KC offense. I particularly like those two guys. And on Seattle, I think the Geno Smith and DK connection with Tyler Lockett out, Geno Smith and DK rack up some yards.
All right. I like it, G-Man.
All right. Hey, here's my lineup now for DraftKings. DFS play. I'm ready to go for the weekend with my lineup. Here's my lineup. I got the quarterback, Geno Smith. I told you you'd have a good day. I want to stack him with DK Metcalf. I had to pay for DK Metcalf $7,100, but hey, I think it's worth it for that combination. I got McKinnon at the running back and Kamara. I just thought was a great value there. So those are my two running backs. DJ Moore. I'm expecting a big game from DJ. And DK Metcalf at the wide receiver, along with Russell Gage, who I just needed a low-cost value guy there at my other wide receiver, finishing up with the Ravens defense against Atlanta. So there's my DFS lineup with some of those guys in it.
I like it, G-Man. I like it. Getting strong in the DFS plays.